Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 12 of college football for 2024. And we didn't have one last week, but we're here on Week 12 and inviting back to the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl report. We have Eddie Morelos, the media relations director for the Sun Bowl, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. And how you doing today, Eddie?
I'm doing a-okay, both getting ready.
I hope you notice what I'm wearing.
I saw that you have the Clean Vines and Inderman Injury Lawyers hat.
That's right, man. I was lucky enough to go and do some work with them, and they said, "Want a hat?" And I said, "Heck yeah!"
Wow. Oh,
So
cool.
anyway, that's how I got that one, and of course, I got my Sun Bowl. I think this was the UCLA one. No, this was North Carolina against Stanford in 2016. So I'm gearing up for all the good stuff that's on its way.
You got a lot of cool memorabilia, Abel.
Yeah, I am lucky to say yes, I do.
Over the years, you've collected plenty of cool stuff. I know you got your helmets, your footballs. I'm sure you got some basketball memorabilia. I've seen your basketball memorabilia as well, no matter even if it's UTEP stuff or whatever. But you've collected a lot of items, and that'll gives me the opportunity to say keep an eye out for a story that'll be in the Sun Bowl edition of the El Paso Inc., which comes out the month of December every year. It's a special edition of the El Paso Inc. Victor Martinez is already working on that publication, and he's doing a story on Sun Bowl memorabilia and some of the stuff that some of the people that, for example, Bernie Olivas, our executive director, is going to show off some of his stuff. John Fulmer, the football committee chairperson, he's got some memorabilia that he's going to show off. So yeah, man, it's neat that you also have some memorabilia, and you can see in my office, I got some footballs up top there right behind me and stuff like that, and I got stuff hanging on the walls and stuff. So it's really neat that come and visit us, 4150 Pinnacle Street, and see all the history stuff that we have on all our walls, and it's really neat stuff, man.
It's really amazing how what's the first thing anybody asks for if their team's going to a bowl game? They want merch, right? They want stuff to remember the day and all that. And I've been lucky to see a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, I go back all the way to the when the students would just make T-shirts to try to make cash. And my little brother Jorge Rodriguez went to Notre Dame, and while he was there, during the Lou Holtz era, that's when they had the T-shirt, the Catholics versus
convicts.
Yeah.
It's even in the documentary. I remember seeing those T-shirts.
Isn't that amazing? It made that the documentary on ESPN. It was on there, and that whole thing, and it's amazing to see the guys that
they're making those T-shirts then.
Yeah, and before they knew it, he had like $5,000 cash that he didn't know what to do. So he went and gave it. He asked a brother at the dorm if he could stash the cash for him.
Wow. It's super cool, right? Because, you think about it, right? Like, that's a very historical story, right? Going back into the 80s, right? Those two very historical teams, and both of those teams, talking about Notre Dame and Miami, have both played in the Sun Bowl, whether it was against each other in 2010 or when they took on their other teams. For example, Notre Dame was just here last year. Miami was here just a couple of years before that. So that's the kind of quality of football, college football teams that we get here for the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. And I believe that's the kind of quality of teams that we'll get once again in 2024 on December the 31st. Hello, Abel. You still with me? Well, December the 31st is the football game for the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl here in El Paso, Texas. And we find out which teams will be coming to play in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl on December the 8th. You could join us for that free event. Again, that's December the 8th. That's Selection Sunday. That's when all bowl games find out who will be playing in their bowls. So you can find out with us at Sunland Park Racetrack over in Sunland Park, New Mexico, just right here, right across the street of El Paso, Texas, literally. And it's a free, open to all the public. You can join us there on Sunday, December the 8th, to find out which teams will be playing in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl game. Let's try again, bro.
What we're gonna do is we were talking so good that I'll just find a way to edit it in.
Your battery died, huh?
Yeah, no, it said if I don't plug in this laptop into the electrical cord, the battery doesn't last very long. So I kind of forgot to do that. But we're back up. So what were we saying before we got cut off? I
How
know we were
cool it
talking
is that
memorabilia.
how cool that sorry, uh we get such awesome teams like Notre Dame and Miami. We were talking about how your brother was a part of history
Oh
out there
yeah,
making
yeah,
some
yeah.
t-shirts. And
The t-shirts and stuff.
yeah, man. And just
Well,
it's so
we're back
cool.
we're back up live, so it just
Oh, okay, cool,
it
man.
connected
Yeah, so
live.
I
So
mean,
we're
it's
back
really
up
neat.
live, and like anything else, technical difficulties kind of got in between what we were talking about, but we're back up live right now, and you're listening to the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl with Eddie Morelos, the media relations director for the Sun Bowl, and we were talking before we got cut off, and of course I'll fix it with editing, the magic of editing. That we were talking about memorabilia and different games that so somebody goes and does a T-shirt that no one else did, and people have them all over the place, including what we are talking about with Notre Dame when they played Miami, and it was the Catholics against the convicts, the
Yeah.
T-shirt that struck gold for the guy that came up with it, but he had to promise the school that he would never do another one again.
Well, it's really cool again, right? Because we're associated with so many great teams that are, well known. For example, right? The Oregon Ducks, they're the number one team in the country right now. And they're ranked number one, in the polls in the AP poll. And also I believe they're also ranked number one in the college football playoff rankings, which just came out yesterday. So I mean, it's really neat to see that we're associated with such great teams. Notre Dame, for example, they were just here last year, and this year now they're 8-1, and they are ranked number 8 in the country in one poll, number 7 in another poll, and they have a really good shot of making the playoff after a year out of being in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. The very next year, really good shot to be in the college football playoff.
And that's
Wow.
kind of the way it goes for a lot of teams that play here than the year before, and then they head off into the following year and make big things for themselves.
And Miami, another one, just here a few years back, they're number 12 in the country. They're 9-1. They had their first loss. They got upset by Georgia Tech, who now, if Georgia Tech, they're in they're possible Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl team this year. They just beat, Miami. Um, SMU's number 14 in the country. Well, Clemson is number 17. Colorado is number 18 at 7-2. Clemson's also 7-2. The Cougars of Washington State are 8-1, and Louisville is currently sitting at 6-3 and ranked number 22 in the nation. So
now these are teams that can possibly come to the game, right?
oh yeah, all these teams, they're possible, players in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, which will be on December the 31st. It's a Tuesday, New Year's Eve here in El Paso, Texas, at Sun Bowl Stadium. So join us, man. It should be another beautiful day here in the borderland. It's such an awesome day. Abel, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, the bowl game, bowl day is just a great day all around, right? Just the excitement of the event itself and just being a part of that whole day. You got to experience it for yourself if you've never experienced it. And if you have experienced it, I would love to hear from you so I can hear about your experience. And man, I can guarantee there's so many different awesome stories that people have of just taking in the bowl game and the whole day.
Well, for me, the experience of it, started when my dad sent me to hawk sodas at the Sun Bowl and just dropped me off and said, believe me, they'll take another hawker. So I
Oh yeah.
went, and sure enough, they gave me my big rack and said, "Come back with the money, and we'll give you another rack." And that's kind of like how I really got involved into Stumble as a kid, and now older as a volunteer in many different areas. But talking about the Sun Carnival in general, right now you still got the art show going.
Well, the art show, we just had our opening exhibit, or our opening show last week on, I believe it was on Thursday of last week. There was a record number of artists and a record number of art pieces that were entered. I think they even had to turn away a couple of people because it was so many artists that entered. And let me tell you, it was awesome. It was a fun event. It was really neat mingling with artists and seeing their work. Get down over to Montana Avenue. The International Museum of Art is open, and that art exhibit, I believe, goes through the first week of January.
Absolutely, yes.
And it's go in there and check it out. I mean, it's wow. If you've never been to an art museum, go. I mean, it's super cool. Again, there was a first, second, and third place, as well as a best in show. And the best in show was done by a gentleman. Of course, he was here from El Paso, an older man, and he did a portrait of his son, and it was amazing. And he used, I think, acrylics and oil or something like that. And don't quote me on that because I don't know about all that stuff. But it was truly amazing, the artwork that he did. So get on over to the International Museum of Art and check out the artwork. It's over on Montana Avenue. And also on Montana Avenue, you know.
The big baby's coming. The big baby's on its way.
Yeah, it's the 88th annual Glasheen Bias and Inderman Stumble Parade. And you can see right here on screen, I'm working on the program for the parade. It'll be on November the 28th. It'll be televised on KTSM Channel 9 regionally. So you can also go to ktsm.com and watch it online if you're not here in the area. So it'll be on November the 28th, Thanksgiving morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So make sure to join us, man. It's I think they got like 23 large floats that are in. I want to say about 5+ bands, high school bands, plenty of specialty units, plenty of military, police, some dancing squad, I believe. So all kinds of different things.
Mariachis.
Mariachi, all the good stuff. You know
All
what
the
I
good
mean?
stuff
The
either.
caballeros, the ones that ride the horses, equestrian kind of teams. So again, I'll say it again. If you've never been to the parade on Thanksgiving morning and you want to get a feel for the people of El Paso, come out to our Sunbowl Parade, the Glasheen Bias and Inderman Injury Lawyers Sunbowl Parade on Thanksgiving morning at 10 a.m. And you'll be in for such a treat. Such a treat. It's so awesome. I can't wait. We're couple weeks away now. I mean, what, 15 days away, I believe, or something like that.
That'll
You know?
pass like quickly.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna wake up on Thanksgiving morning, have a good little Thanksgiving breakfast, have my burrito, get on down to the route, and enjoy the parade, and then head home and have me my evening, my evening turkey to put me to bed, and here we go again. Get ready for the next thing.
Heck, they already got eggnog on the shelf in some places.
Oh
That's
yeah,
when I know it. That's when I know it's the season. Egg. Look at there. You go.
yeah, I
You got a
believe,
big
yeah.
quart of that thing. Hey, and then what? Where do we head after that?
After that will be Selection Sunday on December the 8th, Abel, over at Sunland Park. Sunland Park Racetrack, free and open to the public. Starts, I believe, at noon. The announcement's typically made about 1 or 1:30. We wait there, wait for phone calls from the conferences and the various individuals around the country that put the bowl schedule together. And we jump on phone calls with them, make sure we're all on the same page as far as who's going to what bowl game. And then we make the big announcement. And, if we look back to last year, we were in for a big surprise and we were kind of waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. and it got kind of late, and then we found out who we were getting, and it was it was worth the wait. You know what I mean? So
In the
that was
sports realm,
unusual last year. It was different.
yeah, it was
But
real unusual.
yeah, but I think we'll be back to the norm. Get there, enjoy the finger foods that are out there. Enjoy Sunland Park Racetrack. Enjoy the camaraderie. Mingle with one another, meet some new people, and get connected with Sumble. You know what I mean? And get out there at Sunland Park Racetrack, December the 8th on Sunday, Selection Sunday, and join us. Find out who's coming to the Tony the Tiger Sumble this year.
If you ever want to find out what it's like to be a volunteer, this is the type of event to go to, because a lot of the volunteers are there and they're just, good old people. And if you want to ask them, hey, what's it like to volunteer? And you'll get honest answers, and maybe deep down you'll dig in your heart and want to come and volunteer with us.
Oh yeah, we always are looking for new volunteers. You know what I mean? We can always use the help. We got great volunteers. It's going to be awesome. Another awesome year. For example, my media host committee, right? They're the people who host the media when the out of town media comes in for the bowl game, and they host the local media as well. And they're all volunteers, and it's a great group. We're having our first meeting next week to get ready for the bowl game and to get ready for the media that's coming into town and start preparing for them. It's a big gig, you know what I mean? And we need help with all the various committees. Parade needs help, of course, always building floats and on parade day. And basketball committee could use help with the hosting, whether it's the teams or whoever it might be. Of course, football stuff. The band committees need help, to host the bands or the cheer squad. Game day setup can always use help. Extra hands on setting up the stadium and everything around the stadium. So yeah, come out, join us, find out about it. And that's a great way to do it. Abel, just like you said, go on out December the 8th to Selection Sunday and meet some other volunteers and ask them what it's like. It's a great idea.
So what else is coming up? My favorite event.
After that, we got the basketball tournament, the West Star Don Haskins Sunbowl Basketball Invitational. That'll be on December the 20th and 21st. Along with that, right before the tournament starts on the 20th of December is the Sunbowl Basketball Skills Camp. And that's always a fun event for the kids. If you want to get connected to find out how you can send your kids to the Skills Camp, you can find out more information at sunbowl.org and get all the info there. Get a hold of Wayne Thornton, who kind of leads up the gathering of the kids to sign them up. So all his contact info is on sunbowl.org. Just click under the events tab. And then again, the basketball tournament begins. And man, it should be fun. I think the Miners won again. They won again last night.
We got the championship trophy at home again.
Yeah. And then, the Miners are off to a good start. I think they're 2-0, right? Are they not 2-0?
No, they lost to Utah Valley State.
Utah Valley beat them. That's right.
Yeah, they beat them by 20, I think.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, it's still early and I'm not worried about it. Nowadays, the way the teams are playing, even the smaller teams, they find a way to win. You never know when you're going to get bitten by an ant.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, it's college athletics. You never know, you really don't. And
that's pretty crazy,
again, right?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy right now. I mean, you got our old buddy from New Mexico State days from last year, Pavia, filing a lawsuit because he wants the 2 years back that he didn't want the 2 years of junior college to count against playing 4 years in regular in a 4-year college. It's going to be an interesting thing, but college football in general is like wide open to all kinds of stuff, man.
Oh yeah, and it's man, it's
I hate to think about it, but
it's interesting. That's where I'll stop at. It's just interesting, and it's changing. College athletics is changing.
But the fun of what we're doing is it overrides that. So what the heck?
Yeah. So that's what we got. December 20th, 21st, the West Star Don Haskins Sunbowl Invitational. Then we lead up and we get ready for our Sunbowl Bowl game, our Tony the Tiger Bowl game on December the 31st. As well as the day before, you got the Sunbowl Cheer Camp. You also got the Sunbowl Fan Golf Challenge, which is a golf tournament that's open to anybody. You can call the golf course, Butterfield Golf Course, and get signed up for that. And it's a really good rate to play in it. I don't want to give the exact number because I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's an unbelievable rate. That's the Fan Golf Challenge, and that's played at Butterfield, which is a beautiful course. I really
Really
like
nice
that
course.
course.
Yeah, I do too.
And then as well as on the 30th, you got the 26th annual Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl Fan Fiesta, presented by El Paso Live. And I just found out, the announcement hasn't been made yet, but they got a really cool headliner, a really good band that's going to be playing there. So once that announcement's made, I will pass on the information on that. So it should be a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
in general, there's just a lot of stuff to do, and a lot of it is at no cost to you. You can take your family to the Fan Fiesta. They got a lot of neat stuff going in inside the convention center for kids and things like that, and Battle of the Bands, and the cheerleaders are there, and I mean, there's plenty of things for El Pasoans to go hang out and do with the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Yeah, the Fan Fiesta is one of the most underrated events that's out there. My family went last year for the first time. My cousins that came, one of my cousins came into town from Colorado for the first time, and they all went to the Fan Fiesta, and they were blown away by it. They were blown away, ranting and raving about how fun it was, how neat it was, what a great experience it was. So, if you've never been to the Fan Fiesta, just like all our other events, if you've never been to any of our events, come out to our events, man. We really work our tails off to help bring smiles to El Paso, help bring more people to El Paso. And what's really cool with all our events, any event we put on, especially those that involve people coming in from out of town, and the people that come in from out of town don't really know what to expect. It's really awesome to see people leave with a great impression of El Paso. It's really cool to hear people say, "Man, I'm coming back," or get phone calls, "Man, we miss being in El Paso for this, or this." It really showcases, how hard we work to do great events for the community and everybody coming to visit.
Right. And, another thing too, if you go to sunbowl.org, is you have a chance to pick teams. There's still a couple weeks left at the Chick-fil-A Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl Select 'em contest.
That's right, Abel. Still a couple weeks left to try to get some winners, man. So, I mean, if we're going to do that, yes, sir, we can go ahead and pick some winners. And this is week number 12, and it starts on Friday. So, we got to do it, got to get quickly, jump on this quickly.
Well, let's go ahead and dive in.
On Friday, November 15th at 7 p.m., Washington takes on UCLA. Washington is hosting. UCLA is struggling. Washington is looking for another win to become bowl eligible. They are currently 5-5. Washington. UCLA is 4-5. So it's going to be a battle. I got the Huskies winning.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the home team also and have the Huskies to win.
Then we got Pitt taking on Clemson. This is a big one. Number 18 Pitt against number 23 Clemson. This is going to be another battle. 10 in the morning on Saturday. I think that Pitt will take advantage of the home field and beat Clemson.
Well, I need to try to get to those tickets, so I'm going to go ahead and do my high risk, high reward on this game and go with Clemson to beat Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I kind of think that's a toss-up, to be honest. But yeah. Anyways, we got Utah heading over to Colorado, number 20 Colorado. Colorado's, riding that, that train right now of winning, and they're number 20 in the nation. And they got Utah. Utah is looking for a bounce back win right now. Utah is currently 4-5 on the year. Colorado's 7-2. I think Utah's going to upset them. I think it's time for Colorado to get another loss.
At Colorado, huh?
At Colorado.
Well, I think they're capable of doing that, but I think Coach Prime made a pact with the White Buffalo this year.
That's so funny.
And I went ahead and said, okay, number 20 at home, I'll take Colorado.
Cal is hosting Syracuse. Syracuse making the cross-country trek over to Cal Berkeley. Because of that, I think Cal will win at home. Syracuse traveling cross country, man, from New York all the way over there.
They've been a little disappointing on some of the games that I thought they should have won.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with a Cali Bears.
Cal Bears, that's who I got as well. Then we got Notre Dame, number 10 Notre Dame hosting Virginia at 1:30 p.m. on Saturday. Virginia is currently 5-4, so if they get another win, they'll be bowl eligible. But I don't think they're going to get another win this week. Notre Dame,
not this week against Notre Dame. Notre Dame has been doing something that I've never seen them do, and that's trying to run up scores because they know what it means in the playoffs. As far as it's another one of those categories they look at, and they lost that first game at home, and it kind of freaked them out. So I think they're gonna score a lot of points on that one.
Then we got number 22 Louisville going to Stanford. Stanford struggling this year. I'm picking Louisville.
I'm taking Louisville too.
And then we got USC hosting Nebraska. USC needs another win, I believe. Yes, they do, because they're only 4-5. I think they do get a win this week, and they beat Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska is like a nervous breakdown. they show up early and they look good, and then boom, it falls apart. So I'm with you, USC.
Then we got Arizona State, who's been doing pretty well. They're 7-2. They're going to Kansas State, number 19 in the country. I think that Arizona State upsets Kansas State.
Man, I'm wanting to do that, but since you did it, I'm going to go ahead with number 19 Kansas to win.
And then we got North Carolina hosting Wake Forest. I think the Tar Heels do beat the Deacons.
I have no choice on that one. Powder blue helmet. And
there you go,
Carolina.
Man. And then the Cougars of Washington State, they're ranked number 21 in the nation. We can make a drive up to Albuquerque, New Mexico to watch them play.
That'd be a good game to go watch that game.
That really would. Number 21, Washington State Cougars in Albuquerque, 7:30 p.m. on Saturday night. I got Washington State Cougars beating the Lobos.
I got Washington State over the Lobos also.
Then we got the total number of points. Tiebreaker game is the Clemson versus Pitt. I'm putting 51 points.
Okay. All right. Let me. I didn't get to put. Let's see if it'll let me put them in. Oh, I will. Okay. What did you pick? What's the number you
51.
took? 51. Huh. I'm gonna go low. I'm gonna lowball this one. I'm gonna say 40 points.
All right. That is kind of low. So it's that simple, people. Join in. It's free to play. No purchase necessary. You can win tickets, and then you can join us on December the 31st at the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl here in Sun Bowl Stadium. Abel, I want to make sure that people know about our social media. You can follow us on Facebook. Just search for Sun Bowl Association. You could also follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Tony the Tiger SB. Again, that's at Tony the Tiger SB. Also on Instagram. Our Instagram is a little different. I believe it's at Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl on Instagram. And make sure you follow along there because we put out a lot of information. We've been putting out a ton of postings, a lot of different video content, and just stuff that you don't want to miss. So our social media realm is pretty active. I would say that we are the most active social media of all bowl games.
I would agree with you on that one.
And, so just stay tuned because we might have a giveaway on there pretty soon. Just saying. I don't know who's in control of that stuff, but there might be a giveaway on there. So follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, in particular, YouTube as well. We got a YouTube page. Just search for Sun Bowl Association. You can watch the cool videos that we've been posting on YouTube as well. So don't miss out on all that stuff.
Well, it is week 12, and it is an important week for a lot of teams trying to still become bowl eligible. And we're happy that we come to you every week as much as we try to give you the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl report with Eddie Morelos, the media relations director for the Sun Bowl. Hey, Eddie, have a good weekend. Let's see what happens, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you, Abel.